My phone died at 7:42 a.m. That small, stupid detail changed everything about how the next 4 hours unfolded. I noticed something was wrong the moment I walked into my morning shift. I work at a mid-size accounting firm, have for 6 years. I know every rhythm of that office, who arrives first, who makes the coffee, who talks too loud before 9 a.m. But that Thursday, when I pushed through the glass doors, 3 conversations stopped simultaneously. Not paused, stopped. Sandra from HR looked up from her desk and then immediately looked back down. My colleague Brett made eye contact with me for half a second and then turned toward his monitor with the kind of deliberate focus people use when they're pretending to be busy. Even Marcus, who greets literally everyone every single morning without exception, just gave me this tight, closed-mouth nod and walked toward the copy room. I sat at my desk and opened my laptop. My phone had died on the train, and I hadn't found a charger yet. I told myself I was imagining things. Then I noticed Priya hovering near my cubicle. She's the closest thing I have to a real friend in that office. We've covered for each other, vented to each other, celebrated each other's small wins for half a decade. She wasn't making eye contact either. Priya, she stopped. What is going on? She sat down in the empty chair beside my desk, the one clients use, and leaned in close. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I think you need to call your brother before you do anything else today. Just call him. My phone is dead. She handed me hers without hesitation. I stared at it. Tell me why first. She shook her head and her eyes were filling up, which made my chest seize. Priya is not someone who cries easily. I have seen her navigate brutal client calls and layoff seasons without flinching once. Please just call him. I took her phone into the hallway. My brother Daniel answered on the first ring, like he'd been holding his phone waiting. Where are you? He said immediately. Not hello. Just that. At work. Priya's acting strange and nobody will look at me and my phone is dead and I don't know what's happening. Silence. The kind that has weight. Danny, I need you to go somewhere private, he said. I walked to the stairwell. Concrete walls, no windows, nobody else. I'm alone. Tell me. He exhaled. I've been trying to reach you since last night. Mom had a fall yesterday afternoon. At the house. My back hit the wall behind me. What kind of fall? From the second landing. She was carrying laundry down and he stopped. Started again. She was unconscious when the neighbor found her. They took her to Mercy General. I slid down until I was sitting on the cold stairwell floor. She made it through the night. She's stable now, but there's a spinal injury. They don't know the full extent yet. His voice fractured on the last word. My brother, who coached youth football for 9 years and once drove himself to urgent care with 2 broken fingers, fractured on that word. Why does my entire office know before I do? Long pause. You know how mom is, he said quietly. She called the office last night trying to reach you when your phone went to voicemail. The receptionist transferred her to HR instead of your direct line. Sandra apparently told a few people this morning, so someone could. He stopped. It got around. My whole office had known for hours. They'd watched me walk in carrying my bag and cough my complete iggs, and they hadn't known how to be the ones to say. I sat in that stairwell for a long time. When I came back to the office, Sandra was already waiting. Brett printed driving directions to the hospital. Marcus handed me a phone charger without word. Priya was open, not tried. Nobody said it. There was nothing. I drove to Mercy General alone and walked into a room where mother was with a brace around, looking smaller than I'd ever seen. I held her hand till she was surprised I'd gotten there, so I didn't tell her.